It's one of the hardest competitions anywhere, in any sport, to win. For instance, today we have UCC and Trinity College playing in the final. They have come through 4 games already in very extremely difficult conditions. The competition is always played in January, so hence the bad conditions.
That demands some stamina, Kieran. I mean, that's 6 hours football.
Yes, 6 hours football is something that a professional footballer would not be expected to go through in a week, and in less than a week, in 5 days. And the lads have shown a tremendous degree of stamina this week. They have been training for the last 3 or 4 months, and our own team has been training 5 days a week for the last 3 weeks. So yes, indeed, you'll see a lot of stamina today. The 4 days gone, 4 matches gone, but still there's a lot of stamina left in these lads.
Indeed, there was an abundance of stamina as the 70th Collingwood Cup final very nearly produced a lead goal for Trinity when Aaron Shearer's viciously hit drive just rose up and over the angle of upright and crossbar with keeper Graham Quinn stranded. It really was sheer class. But it was Cork who drew first blood, a long ball out of defence by Fergal Walsh, putting Trinity in considerable trouble. Derek Murray's persistence forcing the Trinity defence into the error, which released Dave Geelan to slot his 4th goal of the week wide of goalkeeper Jerry Duffy. So celebration time for UCC, who've yet to win the cup on Cork soil. And it was very nearly 2-0 5 minutes later when Trinity's goalkeeper was at full stretch to deny Dave Geelan getting a second and stretching Cork's lead. And from the resultant corner, the goalkeeper was again called upon to perform the heroics. The touchdown by Philip Graham, and this time Geelan's shot produces a fine goal line save. But Trinity were far from out of it. Sheeran's fine angle cross here finding the head of Donna McDonough, but his attempted strike rebounds off Trinity's Ronan Cashel. So 1-0 at the break, and good to see the Mardyke drawing big crowds again and enjoying the football. 6 minutes into the second half, Trinity's Tom Rowley engineers a deserved equaliser as his throw is met by Ronan Cashel for his 4th goal of the Collingwood week. It was proving to be a stirring cup tie now. Cork's efforts to recapture the lead almost produced a goal for substitute Philip Graham, but he misdirected a header following the inviting cross from fullback Ronan O'Shea. But could the stalemate be broken before the end of 90 minutes? Trinity, who'd had the best of the action in the second half, tested Cork with their set-piece play, and once again Tom Rowley was in the thick of the action. And one of the game's top performers, Aaron Shearer, had the final opportunity to provide a winner in normal time, latching onto Merman's long pass. So near, and yet so far. They've now been playing 7.5 hours of Collingwood football in 5 days. Weary, stamina-sapping games, and extra time beckons. Trinity manager Brian McSherry tends the walking wounded, while 2 of Cork's old boys, Pat Horgan and Kieran Granger, guide the fortunes of UCC. So 15 minutes each way to resolve the destination of the cup. Cork, if anything, looked the livelier in extra time. Derek Murray almost claimed a lead goal 2 minutes into the first phase, his shot dipping agonisingly over goalkeeper Duffy's crossbar. But the home side hadn't long to wait. A couple of corners doing the needful, the first dropping right for Irish youth international Stephen Ford. And then the lead as Trinity came to grief, failing to clear as Cork held their composure and substitute Kevin Dorgan gratefully accepted the opening. 2-1 to UCC, who were seeking their 4th Collingwood title. The super sub does the needful. In the second half of extra time, Trinity's task was made even more demanding by playing into a contrary breeze, and UCC were hardly in benevolent mood, and once again Dave Geelan was on hand to claim his 2nd cup final goal. 3-1 to UCC, whose determination and resolve made more than one old boy like me feel proud of my old alma mater. Trinity more than played their part in a terrific final in what is now the only All-Ireland soccer competition. And against the splendid backdrop of the Mardyke, all that remained was for Eamon Murphy to receive the cup from Mr. Vince Giltonen of the sponsors Murphy's Brewery.